Hey, hi, it's Kappa. So here we are, episode 2. Right out the gate, we've run into a little bit of an oopsie. I had a bunch of clips recorded already with some live commentary instead of the narrative style. Until I got here to editing and I realized, oops, I never unmuted my mic in my mixer from when I was recording other stuff, so I had a bunch of clips, no mic. So instead of just scrapping all of this and doing something completely different, I figured I'd leave these clips in, do a little bit of narrative style here in the beginning before the end when we switch over for the reveal, just to show you how a build can evolve over time, how you can start with one idea, you finally get some of it built and you realize, yikes, this is not working. Anyway, here we are, just checking out what alternate recipes I've found from hard drives within the MAM. I haven't done anything with them yet just because I'm trying to get all of them out of the loot pool and I can pick and choose what ones I want. Because there are some specific ones that I'm kind of at right at the gate, as you can see right there, 17 of them from exploring, so I could kind of get ahead of the curve. But anyway, there are a couple ones that I want, like that inventory slots. I really wanted the cast screws to help out with some recipes. Those are two really good early on ones that I like to grab. Just want to make sure I could get those out of the way and get the other ones out of the loot pool so that future recipes I have a better chance of actually getting and being able to make the recipes that I want to make my life a little bit easier. Alright, at this part, I was kind of just going into an explanation of what I planned on doing with our power generation for now with our biomass jennies. Trying to set it up so I could split some more things off. I think I decided with doing 12 of the biomass jennies, starting out with the ability to expand up to 15, be able to power everything, and then right in front of the hub there where you can see that's where I was going to do all the processing of the things of putting our leaves and wood in, turning them into the biomass, and then turning that biomass into the solid biofuel, and then piping it right over. But as you'll see towards the end, this was version 1, ended up not being satisfied with it before we got into our iron factory, which was going to be right over there. Okay, so now on to the good stuff. Here we are looking at the first iteration of this starter factory, starter base, starter compound, if you will. Where I originally wanted to have this big platform that went over between the two land masses, put our iron stuff on top, so it would be able to leave for traveling. I planned on doing our, let's see, iron plates, iron rods, reinforced iron plates, modular frames, rotors. I thought about doing motors there as well when we get some other steel stuff over, and I thought about putting all of our copper stuff up there, which you can see down in that bottom right corner there. I kind of started it, wasn't sure yet. Kind of throwing a few things up here to get things to feel cohesive, to feel like they had a good flow. There was our limestone, which I was going to pump over instead of using that original one right there. Had another one there at our disposal we could have used as well, but as this whole thing was coming together, I just really wasn't feeling it, but sometimes you kind of got to let the build take a little more shape before you can really decide whether or not that is the call. Okay, and we're back with a little bit of edit with that first version into where we're at with the second version here. Things are starting to take a little more shape for my liking here. You can see how I lowered things a bit down for where the base of the iron factory is. I kind of have an idea of how I want part of the conveyor belts for the iron ore to come into the plant with those 3 miners down there. I don't plan on using all the iron nodes in this area because this is just, I believe I said in the first episode, all going to be stuff that kind of just supplies my dimensional depot and my personal use for when I'm out building. But anyway, we have all of our smelters there just on the little right-hand middle-ish side. That's going to be smelting all of our iron for all this. Over there, I do believe is all those constructors are set up are what's working towards our reinforced iron plates. And then I want to have some of that stuff go up top to that second layer. You can see we have the ladder go up, and you can see how kind of a bit of a chaotic mess it can be when building with different foundations that I have laid out there at different heights, kind of seeing what feels right, what passes the vibe, and what goes on. Under here is a whole new thing for me that you can see that I'm doing. I really usually like to do a lot of clear logistics floors underneath, but this time I'm like, you know what, I kind of just want to go a little bit more of aesthetics over anything else. So if we get some clipping, if we get, tight areas like that, oh well, as long as it looks good from the outside, because I design a lot of my stuff to be just stay running once it runs, and there's no real need to change anything up. Kind of just a final thing. But here's iteration V1 of the belts you can see coming in. They're all going to pop up into the factory right behind me through those lifts and then get dispersed off through everything else. The other main thing I really wanted to do with this build was use a bit more of the curvy foundations and put some more rounded edges and things, because I normally don't. I usually like to do a little bit more of the blocky style or angles, and kind of wanted to step out of my comfort zone with this first build into my first solo world, into this whole first YouTube video series for me, which at this point I'm coming along pretty satisfied. All right, here we are, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this space elevator. You can see a little bit of our copper factory in the back has been a bit more finished up. You can see the round curvy bits, and here's a bit more of our finished up iteration of the progress we've made on our iron factory so far. See, we got all the smelters set in. I do believe at this point I've got all the machines set up over there for the routing and everything I wanted to. We've got the conveyor belts all realigned up with how I planned on getting them in more of the final iteration of how those conveyor belts for getting the ore into that iron factory is going on. Which I do believe I jump off here and can see further. Oh, that you can see me moving my mouse over there saying, oh yeah, here's my plan changing from when I wanted that up top. But anyway, jump off, we'll get a little bit more of a look-see here. Things are starting to come together with this build. I was really liking how this was going, getting the curvy bits fitting in. I believe here I was just kind of talking about where I wanted to put the concrete, how about I wanted the space elevator. And then down here is just going through all of the logistics of what that floor is, but I ended up doing that with the big reveal at the end here of explaining how things get piped in. Same thing with the copper factory. I got the machines pumping along. I still wasn't sure where the storage was going to go for not just the copper, but the iron factory as well. I was still kind of working that idea out. That was about the time before I went on building that I kind of wanted to look and see what I needed to get this dimensional depot stuff up and running off the ground. And not only just the dimensional depot stuff, but this alien power augmenter. That was a big inspiration for a lot of the exploring I was doing early on, not just for the hard drives, but so I can get that power augmenter up, because that really helps your power grid out in the early game. And on top of that, one of the other things I was doing, I was hand feeding some machines my spark plating so I could get phase 1 done while I was doing all this building and open up our horizons a little bit more for being able to get things that we wanted, or, you know, that I wanted to put into this build, so that once it's done, I really don't have to come back and add things to it or whatnot. We're going to do this the right way, hit our little computer screen. We're going to load these puppies in here. We're going to knock our phase 1 out, and we're going to get to watch our little video and kind words from Ada.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore and exploit for a better fix-it future.
And now with that done, it's time to pull our lever, get this puppy set up and out of the way, and move on. One of the things that I love with this game in general is just this animation here. And the attention to detail. When this thing gets shot up in the air, you can see the shockwave happen. It actually blows all the clouds out of the way. You get to watch part of your thing up there get built. Just one of those few underrated things here that Coffee Stain knocked out of the park with this game.
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder. Not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
And we are back. We have our starter factory I guess we could more or less call it a starter compound instead. But we're back with this finished. We'll say it's like 99% done. We've got our commentary going on now instead of the narrative, since I finally remembered to unmute my mic from previous issues. But here we are. We're making, let's see, we've got iron plates, rods, reinforced plates, rotors, modular frames, wire, cable, copper sheets, as well as concrete, all being made here, pumped into dimensional storage. And this is more or less just my personal stash. I guess I don't really intend on like shipping this out or anything. It's really not making a whole lot. Like the end yield for our rotors, modular frames, and reinforced iron plates is only like 5 per minute. But here we are. We've got our power generation. I guess it's tour time, and we'll head on over to our little main compound area. We've got our power augmenter here. We've got our biofuel jennies over here, and we'll come down. So, oopsies. Ooh, nice catch, nice catch. So we just go up here. Here's our main stairs. Come on in. This is our little main hub area. We got some storage things. Come in here. Things got a little, as we were saying, with the spiraling out of control. We've got our first phases all done. Trying to prepare for some future things. Over here, we got a little bit more research done here as well. We, as you can see, completed there. We got this tree knocked out that far. Coming down a little bit more. Just don't have access to some of the stuff I need, like the connectors. We got some more, just need some resin to knock that out. Nutrients is complete. We got our power slugs, which we can't finish that until way later. Quartz is done. We got our sulfur here. Trucking along with this. Ooh, before I forget here, we've got a bunch of hard drives on deck just waiting right here. And if you can see, we'll just take this one for right now. Put it in our inventory. Yep, go to hard drives. Boom, scan. Oh, never mind. Oopsie me. I thought we already had all the recipes unlocked. Waiting on for the further, more in the loot pool. Anyway, while I'm here, I'll show you this. I don't know if anybody knows this, but actually up here on the man, this progress bar is what will show you how much time is left on the hard drive that you're scanning, so you don't always have to go in and click it and check it out when you're scanning one. With that being said, let's take some more hard drives back out. I'm gonna put the one back in because I was saving that for all these materials in here being saved for future research things, so they're already knocked out of the park. But anyway, we have our awesome shop here as well. We have purchased quite a few things with sinking our alien protein, all that jazz. Getting all of our nice, wonderful things to continue getting our building going on. Still got to get some of those finishes. They're just crazy expensive. Still don't have all the roofs. We got most of the lighting. As you can see, most of that stuff's there. And granted, as we move up to other phases and more tiers, we're going to unlock more things. But this is kind of just my dump chest area for dimensional storage, where if I have a bunch of stuff and I don't want to fill up all these slots here to upload, like that, boom, if I have more that I know I have room for, I can just dump it in there. Here we got our Syncinator, you know. Oh, I'm done. I don't want to get these out of my inventory, just throw them in there. You know, a little more points is better than nothing here. So here we kind of got my little loop dupe thing for when I need some extra bonus things, which I can actually show you here what it's basically set up to do. Let's just knock out these power slugs out of the way. We've got these slooped, we got them overclocked, so I just usually come over here, select our recipe. Got the blue one, so I'll throw our power shards in. I just dump everything here in this. If I have more than what goes in the machine, then it just uses a little sloop dupe, gets me more, and then I can take it out. Ooh, forgot I actually did those. Throw those back in. We got our protein capsules, or our DNA capsules for our points. Let's just throw these puppies in there. Get some more, coupons. We got our augmenter, which I managed to get from looting a bunch of crash sites and getting enough of our computers and whatnot that go in there. Here's our power generation area for our biofuel. We've got our leaves, which collecting that as I've been out and about. wood, and if we're really desperate, we could throw protein in there if we're running short on some biomass. We have our wood going in here, creating our biomass. We got our leaves going in here. The biomass all gets funneled into this area. Put a little storage buffer in here in case there's anything I actually needed to grab some of this from, so we can stockpile it up. As well, it also gives it the, you know, a little bit more of a run time if we run out of leaves or wood going in there to help keep our stuff piled up. But so we got our solid biofuel going into here. We have our changed it a bit here. We got our 15 biofuel jennies now being fed by that. Then comes over here, which then goes into a power switch, which then gets connected out to the rest of the grid. But with everything, I mean, the sloop production here, the sloop dupe adds a bit more of the power consumption in there. We're really not too concerned about because that's not a permanent thing that runs all the time. But anyway, yeah. Here's our little copper area. We come on down. Whoopsies. Comes out there. We get smelted. What's up, fella? Comes down, comes into here, makes some wire. Makes some more wire, which then this wire gets pumped into here, turns into cable. Up top, we have... Oh, this is a horrible experience there. We have our copper ingots going up. We have our copper sheeting coming down. They all come over here into their appropriate areas. You can see we're just doing 30 per minute of the copper sheets in the cable and 60 per minute of the wiring. They all go in here. I have some smart splitters kind of just sitting on the ground over here to funnel everything over here to get the excess sunk so that we can have a consistent amount of points going through. We got some nice 4 points from those DNA puppies. Let's take those out. We'll upload those now anyway. So here's our iron area. I'm utilizing 3 of the pure nodes. This is the main entrance up. Here's our 2 tame doggos. Let's see if they have anything for us. Ooh, absolutely, I'll take that. Which I didn't even grab. Screws I don't really need. Oh yeah, I guess I did grab that. Anyway, our iron all comes over. Oop, goes up through there. All comes up through here, and then each of these middle bays are the smelters which handle dedicated lines within this factory area. So these does our reinforced plates and regular 40 plates. Here we do 5 rotors and 60 rods, and this one is 5 modular frames. This side over here is pretty much just our plate and reinforced plate area. This whole line goes to making stuff, whoopsies, making the process over to here to make our modular frames. And everything in this factory funnels all the way down over here into our dimensional storage. Any excess gets sunk from splitters down below over here for some points. We have this little area where we can come over and grab whatever we want. We can craft. We have a second level up. I don't really have stairs, anything. Kind of wanted to keep this a bit more simpler than going completely all out. But if we go up here, this is the one that's taking care of all of our rotors right now. We get our iron ingots that come up. Cycle through the hole, they go back down. Cycle through all the logistics underneath. And then rotors come out here. They hop on down. Oopsies. I have gone the whole way around with this. Through a ladder down here, so that if I ever fall down, I have way up. That little ledge in here is actually just for our iron rods. Kind of the back side of the building here. Let's get some more airtime again. Comes all the way out. The whole theme with this whole build in general, I kind of just wanted to go with a bit almost like modern sci-fi feel, but at the same time a little bit more primitive. This is our start. Wanted to keep it a little bit simple. Kind of just working with the land, working with what we have at the start here, but still making it at least appealing. We have our little base elevator here. Didn't really know where to put it. Kind of just made a little pedestal, but I didn't want to block everything off, so I did this whole little area underneath. I'm not exactly sure what this is going to be used for, if anything at all. But it is here. Same thing with that spot, the iron factory over there. No stairs going up, I kind of just have ladders since it's really not going to be utilized a whole heck of a lot. Over here we have all of our concrete, again. Sent over into our depot, 40 a minute. Any excess does get sunk, so we can just keep maintaining those points. We also have, which I should have shown before, is up here. I did throw some more stairs going over to this way, since out that little tunnel area is down where we have our quartz being made, our quartz and our silica, and being uploaded into a depot. Our stairs, we've cleaned some things out. Over here, just so we could have easier access depending upon which way we wanted to go out. I really didn't want to box myself in, but we got another set of stairs that come way out. That's kind of where we're sitting right now. I'm not exactly sure what way I'm gonna go after this. Do I want to do coal power? I might want to just skip straight to either turbo fuel or rocket fuel, so that we can then build on from there. But I know we also need to get our steel factory, as you can see from our to-do list of things to do over here. Need to finish automating a couple things and kind of just getting a little agenda going on here of what's to come. I'm trying to formulate a plan going forward. Those power lines, they go all the way out over to where we're at least definitely building the steel factory area. I don't know yet whether we're still going to utilize coal out there or not. But either way, we do have some power already heading out to our future build site. And then, oh, all right. Let's do this while we're here. What did we grab? What did we get? We got some fine black powder and compacted steel. Okay, let's actually take some more hard drives out. Gonna do another search. Yep, there it is. So that was the only recipe I was missing. So now we're unable to scan hard drive. No rewards currently available. So our loot pool is diluted right now. We've got nothing left. So actually we'll upload these. Saving those, getting ready to go for when we unlock the higher tier with oil processing and all that, so we can get some alternate recipes and make our efficiency a little bit more for creating our power, because we're going to need quite a bit of it. But as you can see, just from those 40-some blue shards we put in with that sloop dupe, we're already up to 92, which it's an absolutely huge help. I would not be crafting those by hand. I do the same thing with, not just with the power shards, but that's why this is mainly set up, is for our power shards, DNA capsules, and all of our protein, because it's such good, easy, quick points for throwing away in our sink, so we can unlock more things from our awesome shop. We do have 8 coupons. Let's see what we have here. Anything worthwhile that I want to use those 8 on? Don't think so yet. I mean, we could grab the roof materials. We already have all the foundation. I actually think I'm going to hold on to those for right now. Just in case we unlock some more things within the next phase here. But got a nice little view out here overlooking our compound coming through our hub. Anyway, one of the other things that did spiral more out of control, which I figure we'll put in this episode for right now before we decide where we're going forward, is we've with our little sloop dupe method there. I have, while I was building things, I was stocking up our assembler back there for the materials needed to craft these things, so that while I was building, we could just slowly chip away at our space elevator. And I think this is the way that we're going to end it today, is just kicking this off, knocking out this phase, so that we can then progress further in our mission. So let's send this out. Oh, we're not sending it yet. We're sealing this puppy up. I think we may have another video from Ada coming on here. I didn't mean
Welcome
yet.
to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
Tell you what though, that jetpack is the one thing I've been waiting for. This is a pain. Once you get used to that, it's hard to go back. But I guess... Oop. Watch that get slung up there. And there it is.
Phase 2 of Project Assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job.
Of course I was the right
Time will tell.
choice.
You will now enter Phase 3 of Project Assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity, for Fixit.
And there it is. We've got our expansion. I think now we should head on over, check our milestones, and see where we want to go. What do we have here? Oof, there it is. Don't think I have 50 motors, but that would be great to have right now. Let's check. How many do we have loaded up here? Ooh, we got 78. All right. That may be where the motors go, but okay. I'm gonna have to get some motors going here to progress. Okay, I do need the circuit board so that I can create that to go to the high-speed connector and I can finish off some more research in the MAM. That'll be good. Logistics Mark IV. Okay. Fuel power Jenny, we need that. We need all... Obviously, we need all of this, but... I am not sure what area we will be going for first, but I think we just knock this one out right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because we really do need to get some oil processing going, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get that all figured out. But yeah. So here we are at the end, our little starter compound that has gone way out of control. Sometimes that scope creeps up, and it's worth it in the end, even if it creates a little more work. As long as it looks good in the end. As long as it looks good. But anyway, next episode, we're definitely going to have some steel going. Not exactly sure how that's going to look. But I think we're going to have some steel and probably, I shouldn't say probably, we're definitely going to have some sort of power, extra power generation going on, whether it's oil, whether it's turbo fuel, whether it's rocket fuel, whether it's coal power, I don't know yet. But there's more to look forward to come to. We're going to be getting on with going out, finding some more spheres, our hard drives, yada, yada, yada. You know, the endless cycle that exists here. But anyway, if you've watched this far, if you've watched again, if you're coming back, I truly appreciate it. I hope you stick around. I hope you come back. There will be more, not just Satisfactory, but there will be other things. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good one.